name with all these different syllables, but it just made isosceles. Better words to use.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Okay, as the intro said, welcome back to the podcast. Console Only Gaming Podcast, or CMG for short, a weekly gaming podcast. Weekly in quotation marks, which you can't see that Mark just did. Radio quotations. As you can see, there is even less here. There's even less structure now, because if you don't recognize this voice, I am Craig, and I've been away for the last 2-3 weeks. So I'm here to resuscitate this podcast that's clearly on life support. Bring it back from the edge and hopefully put some meaning back in it. Which the blame I'm going to put solely on Gary's shoulders.
Welcome back, buddy.
Yeah.
I missed you.
It never had much direction to begin with.
No, to be honest.
It's not much course correction required.
Keep going further forward in an isosceles direction.
We're a ship in the middle of the ocean without a rudder, without any real key stab to operate it, without any means of moving it. In fact, we're just a plank floating away in a sea of gaming news. That should be what is on the tin.
And Jack let go a long time ago.
Oh, he was the best of us. Okay, so we should probably get into the news, which will be a loose cluster of news because I haven't prepared any. So first off, Pokemon, because we love Nintendo, and Nintendo is all... Actually, no, before we go into the news, let's congratulate Mark for seeing the light and getting a PlayStation. Woo!
One of us.
We threw his Xbox out a second story window.
We shot it like a clay pigeon.
we did?
He no longer needs it, because all the same games that he could play on that console are now on this one, but he can play with his best friends.
And we'll still tell you to suck
That's
it,
half
though.
right.
I'll be selective which half I pick. But yes, congratulations, Mark,
Thank you.
being in our ecosystem now.
Yeah.
Street Fighter encouraged me in.
Yeah, and we'll get into that later on. But as well as that, we'll get into the news. And as I started saying before, the new Pokemon has been announced. I'm not sure if this is still annualized, because Pokemon I didn't realize, but it has been an annual series for the last few years. But that's Sun and Moon now been announced. And it'll be interesting if they followed the same formula for so long, and since the last couple, it could probably be forgiven because they've kind of jumped engines and so on.
I just can't wait just for them to run out of things. Pokemon towel, Pokemon graphite, Pokemon sodium. I love Pokemon sodium. They're useless in water, they explode.
Which one did you get? Pokemon Sodium. I got Pokemon Phosphorus. Can we trade? You can't trade. You send it to the cloud and it randomly sends it to another person around the world. That's how the new Pokemon game works. It's RNG.
Randomly sends it somewhere so a Pokemon Go player can catch it in real life.
Yeah. Oh,
that's all we're waiting. That's what we're waiting for.
From the last time I was on this, there was a piece of news I was sitting on because I wanted to save it. And it's not even big news. But do you know what I found out about Pokemon?
You're sitting Go? On it like waiting for to release a giant poo news.
And that poo has finally arrived. And it is that in Pokemon Go, there will be gyms. They've said there's going to be gyms, and the only thing I can think of,
actual gyms.
No. As in, they have opened a gym in Japan.
Yeah,
but that's just like a facility.
Okay.
For like learning about Pokemon or some stupid shit that you would only get in Japan. But no, instead, this gym idea is supposed to be that they'll be out in the world in the same way that you find Pokemon. So I'm just imagining a guy
VR gym.
This guy's gonna be on a night out, and he's gonna be like, I got lucky with this girl. Goes back to the room, and he'll be like, my God, it's a gym.
Lieutenant Surge is here. I'm sorry, love. I've got to deal with this.
And then she's like, what are you doing? It's like, I think this is a gym. And she's going like, well played. She puts on a hat and she's like, oh my god,
Best night ever.
It just I mean, it
it's
was,
like, what type of gym is this? And she'll be like, it's the graphite gym.
The
Can't
worst,
slide rock, but they're weak against water.
the worst thing about all this is it's never going to be as good as it is in our heads right now.
Yeah, that's a shame.
I can't wait for the Pokemon that's vaguely based on an animal to come out in that location. You're just like, oh my god. What is it? It's a seal, but not a real seal. It's the Pokemon seal. Wow. Imagine.
I wonder if you actually if you somehow meet Seal, and he actually has a seal around him.
baby.
I'm wondering. I'm gonna rate my friends on the rarity of the Pokemon that appear in their homes. Mark, you mean Magikarp Mark?
Come on.
Gyarados Gary, I love that guy. Yeah. Oh man. I'll have nothing but Caterpies in my house, so don't worry.
Alliteration does not work well for me.
No.
But yeah, with Pokemon Sun and Moon being announced, we also got Red, Blue, and Yellow on the Nintendo eStore
Yeah, and
as well for 20 years of Pokemon.
I know.
20 years.
It's insane. It's
Doesn't it
actually
make
insane.
you feel old?
I got Pokemon Red on the release day.
Yeah.
I went out and because we actually in Ellen got copies. There was one copy of each
I
version.
thought you were saying, actually, no, we did have Pokemon.
We had actual Pokemon.
Ellen, home of the cum wagon.
In the Ellen, we had they actually got advanced copies, like 2 of each one.
Yeah.
Sent there about a month and a half
Yeah,
early.
in our little game store in the shopping district of Ellen.
Oh,
Which is just
District.
It was 4 shops.
about 4 shops.
I remember
But-
Alan's Toy Master very fondly.
Yeah.
I applied to get a job there twice and never got one. But you know what's really funny? Our shopping area was like 4 shops, and then
Yeah.
they put a shelter over it
Yeah.
to let you know. Do you know why they have that shelter, Gary?
Why did you have
I suggested that shelter and it was built. I'm the reason there's an Ellen shopping centre. They sent me to Ellen Primary and they went, how can we improve Ellen and this area specifically? And I said, you could have a shelter there so people went in to stay dry. And they built it. I take single responsibility for that shopping centre. But again, every shop that's been there is run down and gone out of business.
Yeah. Apart from Fuwa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apart from that. But yeah, so to all of the people who are listening to this who clearly must be big fans of Ellen.
Yeah.
At Alan Shelter by Craig.
By Craig. I'll get a plaque put up.
Moving on.
Moving on. Mark, Halo.
Halo.
You were saying,
Yep.
bring back a classic.
There's a few announcements with Halo. Recently, Hammerstorm, the latest free update is released, which has brought back some weapons, Halo 1 Magnum, and the Gravity Hammer. And with Gravity Hammer comes Griff Ball.
Yeah.
So is it the actual? I thought so. It's not just the pistol; it's the proper Magnum.
Yeah, the proper
from Halo
Halo
1.
1, yeah.
The one with like how many bullets to kill was that?
It's like 3 headshots.
Yeah.
It's the best gun in the game.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Just that 2 zoom.
But now we've got Griff Ball back, the greatest game type ever. I mean, Halo 5, it had a rocky release for me, but it's
Now you've got a reason to buy the game.
well, Griff Ball.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's been steadily getting better and better and better.
Yeah.
All with free updates, which is great. And they've announced like what's coming up next, and we're getting.
They've really been pushing the esports side of things as well.
Oh yeah, the prize pool for the World Championships up to $2.5 million now, which is ridiculous. Mainly because there's a section from the paid. The microtransactions that goes towards the
It
prize
goes
pool.
towards the league. Yeah.
So it's $2.5 million now, which is just insane.
Who's their league in association with? Is it like an ESL thing or is it their own?
It's their own thing.
It's their own Bungie league essentially.
Not Bungie, yeah, 343.
Oh,
mate.
343.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's 343.
Yeah.
Massive faux pas, mate.
Come
I
on,
can't
come on,
believe that.
bruh. But no, they've
Joey
also,
I
Extreme
was remembering
Sports.
better times.
I don't know anymore. Actually, Halo 5 is really taken off in the multiplayer.
In
scene.
multiplayer, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually fantastic. I'm really enjoying it more than I have a lot of other games online recently.
Ooh, I thought you were going to see more than Destiny.
No, I've been enjoying it more than Destiny recently.
Ooh.
Destiny's kind of hit a bit of a brick wall for me.
Controversial.
I think a lot of people in general have kind of hit like that point in
Yeah.
Destiny. To be
Destiny
honest.
slump.
But some exciting new stuff coming from Halo 5 in the future. expansions called Ghosts of Meridian, Memories of Reach, and Hog Wild. All sort of new maps, weapons, and all that stuff. But they've also confirmed that Firefight will be coming back.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because
I like Firefight. It was good.
Yeah, because it was one of those modes that I think a lot of people. I think once it was gone, that's when you realized how much a lot of people really wanted that mode to a degree. Because at one point, I remember I didn't think much of it, but there was a big following for it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's never been sort of together in a game where you've got your character that you develop and load out and things, especially with the new rec system. I think it's going to add such a new dynamic to the multiplayer. It's going to be fantastic. But yeah, Halo 5 is quite good at the moment. I'm very happy with it.
Good.
Yeah.
And it's on Xbox.
I'm glad.
So I'm still with Xbox as well.
PlayStation? No.
What's next?
What is next?
I just read that Drew Barrymore is holding a Pokemon party. Looking through my phone.
Stop the presses.
She's holding an exclusive Pokemon party at her home in a penthouse. I don't really want to go into detail. That sounds hilarious. I never really associated Drew Barrymore with Pokemon, but I will now.
Yeah, who knew that she was such a huge fan?
I know.
Who knew?
I know.
Who knew?
She could be a gym leader. Oh man, that'd be mental. I hope it's Dragon. Ooh.
Maybe she's part of the Final Four.
Yeah, what about her penthouse? The 4 levels below are the Indigo
Ronda
Plateau.
Rousey will be on one because she's a massive Pokemon fan. She's like completed so many games. So that could be
cool.
Oh man, who will be the celebrity Elite Four? Oh, so many questions.
Oh, that'd be a good topic of
I'm
discussion.
gonna have to travel a lot, guys. I'm gonna have to save some money.
To get the Craig Stewart exclusives.
Yeah,
I brought that shelter to Ellen.
I want to turn it into a gym. That's good. That's good. Is there any other news that we can remember right now off the top of our heads?
Resident Evil 4, 5, and
Good point,
6 are coming to Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
In reverse order.
In reverse order, yes. So
Because clearly if they release 4 first, no one's ever going to bother playing 5 and 6.
that's completely and utterly true. But
Ooh, that'd be sneaky if they're like, oh, you can't buy 5 if you haven't bought 6. You can't buy 4 if you haven't bought 5.
Capcom better not do that. Better not. But so we're getting Resident Evil 6 in March. Then summer,
Everyone's favorite.
Yeah, summer we're getting 5, and fall we're getting Resi 4, which
And hopefully we get a nice polished 4 then.
Yeah.
That's last on the...
this will be the highest quality.
Unless they release
of
6,
4.
no one buys it, and then that's it.
Releasing them in order of success is the most bizarre thing because at no point have I ever watched a film trilogy backwards. So this makes so little sense to me.
Yeah, it really does.
It's purely for the fact that 6 is the...
I know.
Successful,
That's what I mean in success order. But then imagine
Red-headed
playing it
stepchild.
story-wise. You're playing a completely unrelated story, then the sequel to the story you're about to play when the other one comes out. It's really, really weird because that's the way Gary will play them. Because he will buy them as they come out.
He's already played them.
Yeah, I've already played them.
I know, but you know what I mean.
But I will give it. Why am I denying myself this? Like, why am I?
If it's bad, I won't get him.
If it's just Resident 6 again, I won't get... Oh, no, yes, I will.
Damn you, future Gary. Damn you. But
I can't. There's no reason. Why would I bother buying a game that I already have that's on a new console that's being rated a 2? Oh, it's already installed. Okay, well, I might as well play now.
I'm just going to turn on my PlayStation one day. It's like, oh, why did I do this?
Oh no, I have 9 eggs. Oh, there's no room for that rocket launcher now because my inventory's filled. Because that's how it works.
But yeah, Capcom are being they're being very weird with Resident Evil at the moment.
Capcom are a weird company in general.
But they're saying it's like, why should we develop new games when we can just resurrect the old ones and you will buy them like the zombies you are?
Look at Nintendo. That's all they've ever done.
Wow. No.
Yeah.
License-wise, yes.
Well, yeah, no new licenses, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like they've made
That Cooking
Resident
Mama
7.
really took off, Mark. Cooking Mama trilogy, my favorite of the Nintendo trilogies.
Let's not forget
And that was the
Brain
one thing we didn't have. We didn't have our Wii rant.
We did.
Oh.
But that will be another time.
Yeah.
When it's on its like Viking longboat going out to sea.
Goodbye, Wii.
Anything else news
A
wise?
couple of things. quite interestingly, over 20 years after it's been released, someone has discovered hidden menus in Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, the arcade versions. The creator, Ed J. Boon, apparently programmed these menus called EJB menus, and they're accessed through a specific pattern. Of button presses on the arcade machines. And, it just brings up this menu that's got access to, like, the soundtrack and character endings and unlocking characters. Mortal Kombat 3's got Mortal Kombat style extremely difficult Galaga kind of game, so like a space shooter sort of thing. It's just all these weird little things which I assume only he knew about until some guy randomly discovered it, which is really interesting.
It's mental thinking how long it's been.
It's 20 odd years.
It's so weird that like certain Easter eggs stay secret for so many years.
Yeah, it makes you wonder
was there one in Halo 3?
Yeah.
It was on Christmas Day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was only recently discovered.
Yeah.
Can't remember exactly what it was.
I think it was the menu. It has like kind of sort of like pixelated thing, and then it forms into the Halo ring.
Halo ring,
and it spells things on it as well. Like
if you said it was a certain date, it was someone.
It was. I think it was Christmas.
It was something. Christmas in a certain year. Somebody was wishing someone else happy Christmas. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Weird little things like that.
Weird little things. Yeah.
Also, a hilarious thing that happened earlier in the week. We got the Uncharted. Irv looks really excited.
I know you said something was hilarious. I was bracing myself.
We got the Uncharted 4 trailer.
Yes.
Which looks awesome.
Yeah.
But
you can see Irv's face right
on
now.
The edge of his seat.
It turned out that Naughty Dog stole some concept art from Assassin's Creed Black Flag and inserted it blatantly into a picture frame in the trailer.
Irv's having a moment.
Which I suppose isn't as funny as I made it out to be, but it was. It's an interesting mistake, and it wasn't sort of revealed until it was either one of the production team or the concept art for Black Flag tweeted saying that Naughty Dog are taking this title of Thief a bit too literally.
It's so funny that it's just like, what, I'll cut it there and it's ours.
But it's not even that much of a mistake, because they've taken this concept art, photoshopped out the assassin, and then stuck it in. I mean,
it's not even like a tribute to
it's not they've edited the artwork, so it's not an obvious, it's not a mistake. It's not like someone said, oh, this is a nice painting. They've clearly gone, oh, this is something, let's take out that character and put it in.
Why didn't they use their own concept art? That's what I don't get.
Well, I don't know. I guess because
they don't have the stuff.
It's all crayon drawings they just do themselves.
But all it is in the trailer is just Nathan Drake saying something about getting back to a normal life or something, and you see this picture on the mantelpiece. So this location might not actually be in the game. It's just a nice looking image. I mean, since it happened, like, they took down the trailer, they re-edited and re-uploaded it later the day, and they issued an apology, something along the lines of it was just a regrettable mistake. Like, I assume maybe they had it in as sort of placeholder art, when they were going over how they want the trailer to be. It's like,
just didn't switch out.
This is an image that I want it to look something like this. Find something that looks like this, and then it never got caught, never got changed. I'm glad that Naughty Dog acknowledged that this was a mistake, and they didn't go down the route of, no, that's our art, mate. I mean, you obviously stole ours, or because it's too similar to be a mistake. To be a coincidence. Sorry.
It's really weird that like a company such as Naughty Dog making that kind of mistake, which is, I don't know if they were pressured to release a trailer.
Well, they fixed it pretty quickly, so I don't see why. It might literally have been somebody Googled nice coastline image and just picked one that was, that looks fine, let's throw that in for now.
Damn interns.
Oh well,
could have been any number of things. But is that the end of the news?
Yeah, I mean, there's announcements coming next week, I think, towards Destiny's content moving forward. But
it's quite a lot of stuff happening in March, to be honest.
But at the moment, Destiny's kind of hit a wall, content wise.
So we'll get Final Fantasy's release date as well. Yes, a couple things coming out. We'll see if the Division will work or if it will go up in flames.
Oh, that's the best thing I've seen on the internet is like just everyone on Division doing jumping jacks.
I haven't seen that
A
yet.
huge group of like 30 people just doing jumping jacks. I'm sure the video is like when idiots game.
Yeah.
there's so many.
We're an infinite player escape of opportunities.
I think there
Jumping
was
jacks.
that, and there was a Just Cause like shoving the rockets on the back of the cow.
Cow,
and
yeah.
then the cow starts flying about and then hits the player.
What an age we live in.
I know. Love
Okay.
games. Love games.
So, Gary, we are doing a special of sorts again,
Yes,
because
we
that's
are.
all we do.
Retrospective.
See you.
Special. You.
And do you want to go over what it is that we're doing?
Yes, we are going to be doing a special today about very, very, very successful game developing company.
Bungie.
Yeah,
Ubisoft! EA! Bethesda!
Pick one. Anyone.
It must be these ones, because those are the first
Yeah.
ones that come to my mind.
But no, we're going to be talking about a company that's homegrown for us, and is Rockstar Games.
Except for Marky's English.
Hey.
He gets
Canadian,
he
buddy.
gets no part of the credit.
So yeah, we're going to be looking into just a little bit of the history of Rockstar Games, picking out some of our personal favourites, talking
So
about
yeah, there's a structure to how we're going to do this,
Yeah.
which you'll go over.
which I was.
No, because you're not. Because I'm interrupting you. You've already run this enough into the ground. I haven't cut you off in weeks, so I'm doing it now.
Great to have you back, buddy.
Thank you. I've missed this so much.
Inspiration. It keeps you in line. Otherwise, you get too big for your boots. And you know what happened with the last person? You know,
No.
Vader. You're our own little Anakin waiting to happen. No younglings will die on my watch.
You underestimate my power.
But yes,
Uncanny.
close my eyes and it's like Hayden. Hayden. But
Yep.
yes.
So-
I'll let you go on.
Yeah. So should I start that little section again?
Yes, I'll try not to interrupt you.
Try.
I'm not promising.
So yeah, we're going to be looking at Rockstar Games, going over a brief little history, and picking some of our favorite games from the series, and also discussing probably what would be our favorite one out of the GTA franchise, and also discussing what our favorite would be outside the GTA franchise.
Cool.
That's enough from you, Gary. Over to Craig with the news.
It's really addictive. It just you feel so good and strong. Like this is what it must feel like to be tall, having so much power.
Because you wouldn't know.
It is glorious.
But we're seated.
Yeah. Good.
We're all at a similar height.
Yes. Extending. Okay, so who wants to start?
Well,
I'm gonna do a mic drop at the end, so it's fine. You guys go. I'll go first.
Looking forward to that.
yeah, I might drop it.
I'm not literally gonna drop the mic. I should just probably clarify this to Irvin. I'm not gonna damage your microphone.
Look at our face. No, he's not.
No, you're not. Gary, since you did lead in the topic, do you want to start? Which way do you want to go first? GTA or
Not GTA.
not
Not
To GTA or not to GTA?
Well, we should do GTA actually first because
GTA?
yeah, because of GTA, and that was obviously their most successful franchise, and it was the first.
Did they
Franchise.
originally, before they were Rockstar, they were DMA? And
DMA design for GTA 1, 2, and London. And then there were still DMA design as well for GTA 3.
Yeah.
But then after that, DMA became Rockstar North.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Yeah.
DMA, the old building, is now a pure gym in Dundee. I have benched in their office.
My claim to fame. Yeah.
Oh man, I used to have an office in there. I used to bench press in there.
Yeah. So when they were DMA design, they came up with the
The best.
Yeah.
The best Grand Theft Autos.
The best Grand Theft Autos, the 2D ones.
I would agree.
Yeah. The first one was it was actually by accident they came up with it. It was an old game that they worked on called Racing Chase, and there was a glitch in it that happened with the cop cars, and so instead of pulling you over and like as soon as they caught up with you would stop, they would just try and ram you off the road. Yeah, and
That's like in real life.
and that's how the idea of Grand Theft Auto came about. So what would you say was your favorite out of the original three?
What, the original DMA ones?
Yeah, the original
London.
See, I played London briefly. I played one quite a bit because my friend Paul had a PC and his dad always got like the newest games for it. So I'd go around to his and play it and try and run over Girl Scouts. As you did, and we just try and find sick jumps in the city.
Sick jumps.
I just remember it being it had Micro Machine syndrome, where obviously the car doesn't move with you, so what's left and right is dependent on where you're facing, and so or it doesn't change, but it feels really odd because of the way it switches the perspective and so on. So
you're actually steering the car as opposed to picking a direction on the screen to go, which you would assume you would in a sort of top-down kind of game.
It's kind of it messes with you a bit, but. I remember it being such a good laugh because you did have this sense of freedom to it, even though like it said it is this over the top like 2D sort of thing.
Plus cheats,
which did make
probably
it
the greatest thing that's ever been introduced to the Grand Theft Auto franchise was cheats.
As well as that they went to the fact that they went to London was quite an interesting one because they haven't done a proper like Europe based one since, even though every time a new game's come out there they going to Europe again. But and the best feature in that was the jug swinger. Every time you got in that car and then you go, yeah baby, or something like that, you just have this weird little sound that would come through.
I loved I think GTA 2 would probably be my favourite.
I never played that one.
I did love GTA 2. It's just it was the setting of London, being English and whatnot.
I had nose.
Cannot tell
the setting of London and the Austin Powers style car and all those sort of things. And when you're a kid and you're playing these games that you really shouldn't be, that kind of appealed to me at the time. Yeah,
it kind of reminded me of like when you played the original GTAs and then you played London. It kind of had that sort of same feeling when you were playing like sort of the GTAs and then the Getaway came out. The Getaway was a very, very good game.
Except for the Getaway was good, except for the way that you got around, because it used the indicators to lead you to things, and there was loads of points where you'd go in a circle around your objective because they just kept the indicator kept saying left. And
they kept everything minimal in that one. Like you're like you could tell how injured you were by the way you were kind of limping, kind of a la Resident Evil kind of style. But then to recover health, you leaned against a wall.
I need to catch my breath for a bit.
Jeez, all these bullet holes are making me tired.
A London way.
The bullet wounds hurt, but my god, this stitch.
But going back to GTA 2, I loved I love the whole kind of gang rivalry thing. So like
the Russians, the scientists.
Who were they again?
Wasn't there truckers?
Or wasn't there was a one with a Z. Was that
that was the
Zaibotsu?
The Zaibotsu Corporation, the crazy scientists. They were amazing. They just all look like mini Einsteins.
And it was like doing all the different missions for them, like gained you respect in either of them. And they kind of carried that over to GTA 3 because, recently going back and playing GTA 3, going through certain areas of that, I cannot go through the mafia controlled section of Portland anymore without getting blown up. Just open fire on a shotgun while I'm driving by and my car goes kaboom. Makes me sad.
You remember you used to be able to skip across there? Not anymore.
I used to shake all their hands and say, what a good day. What a good day. You've done a good job. But now.
No.
Also, that was the best part about GTA 2 is that you had a dedicated fart burping button.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You
circle.
Like Abe's Odyssey.
But like it was... definitely one of those games that when you were playing it, like it was the same thing as like either playing like Duke Nukem when you were younger and Doom and all that.
It was a novelty.
It was the novelty of it being like a
crass.
Yeah, a bit crass, and obviously above your age bracket.
Yeah.
It's like South Park.
Yeah. Pretty
And
much.
also like the fact like GTA 2 as well had like that sort of mini movie in it.
Yeah.
And it was Scott Maslin who was in the bill and EastEnders.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, that's just come flooding back.
Everything's just coming.
And he's like driving a BMW. It's like, oh.
It's good.
He's a hitman, but you don't see him do any hitman things. Ooh.
It's very, very good. So yeah, so after GTA 2 in London and all that, they decided to take it to the next level, add a whole other dimension
To 3D
this
world.
stuff.
Oh, you've been working on that one.
A whole other dimension to the stuff by going from 2D to 3D.
That's when you kind of that's one of those games that you're like, this is what games could be. It was like an adult version of Super Mario 64.
It's such
mental.
such an important game in games history.
Which one had a bigger map, that or Vice City? Because I looked at Vice City's map recently and it's tiny.
I'd probably say 3.
I'd probably say 3 because you had the 3 islands.
Yeah. Vice City had 3.
Yeah,
but
no. Vice City had
2 and then the
two
linking
and
island.
There was 2
There's
sub islands.
yeah.
Like the
it's like
manor.
Prawn Island, and there was
Where the mansion was, and
there's one where the porn studio was.
Yep, that's
Had
the only
the
thing that was
seaplane.
really on there, to be honest.
Had the seaplane.
He's not being crass by doing that. That is actually really the only thing that was on that island,
Yeah.
other than a few like ghetto houses.
Yeah.
So no,
Pretty much.
in the ghetto.
But yeah, Gary, that also leads into what you said was your
My personal favorite is GTA 3.
Wrong. Sorry.
Sorry, Gary, that was the truth alarm. But continue. It just seems to go on off every so often. I don't know what it is. Continue.
Better watch out for that truth alarm. But yeah, GTA 3. Personal favorite. Not the best.
You have to really carefully word everything.
It's
you're
not
saying.
the best.
We can't take
It's
the batteries
definitely-
out. It's just fixed in the ceiling.
It's definitely not the best.
It's definitely
But
middling.
it's my personal favorite.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and
Good point, Gary. Good point, Gary. Well made.
Yeah, thank you.
Careful, little self. The sprinklers.
The truth sprinklers.
All they do is put out loads of lotion to soothe the burns.
Thank you. But no, GTA 3 was definitely one of those games that just kind of opened your eyes and basically was probably a lot of people's first delve into like open world gaming and basically giving the player free reign to do pretty much anything they kind of want, and it was amazing. Absolutely fantastic. And I love the God, what was I getting? The cityscape of Liberty City, and I love the fact that like I know that game inside and out, and I can basically guide myself to any place in that map.
You know it better than Aberdeen.
Yeah, I know Liberty City probably better than Aberdeen, and
I can navigate this headless.
I kind of lost it with the other GTA games when it came up. Like Vice City, I was able to kind of find myself around, but then when it came to San Andreas, I was like, oh my god, this is far too big. And then 4.
San Andreas was far too big.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. You just chose an island and made that your hood.
In the ghetto.
I went to the mountain and just hung around the mountain all the time. I'd go at the top and then shoot. I'd go at the top and then shoot a bicycle off the top and then do the same thing over and over again. And I was like, no one's taking this mountain from me.
Pretty sure that's all I ever did in San Andreas as well.
Yeah.
With BMX.
Yeah,
On the mountain.
But GTA 3. I will stick that as my personal favorite.
and also a lot of people would say that as well because of the nostalgia thing. Because a lot of people that was for console, like people who were exclusively consoles and things. That was a lot of their first.
Yeah.
We're still just talking Grand Theft Auto here, not
Grand Theft Auto, specifically Grand
Theft
Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Haven't you paying attention, Mark?
Sammy. I am Sammy.
So, Mark, what was your favorite?
Yeah. What was your favorite out of the GTAs?
I have to say probably Vice City was my favorite, mainly because it was Scarface the game,
And had an amazing soundtrack.
Amazing
Craig
setting,
Connor did that soundtrack.
amazing writing,
did indeed.
great characters. I mean, the whole thing was brilliant.
That's the first one I got as well.
GTA 3 was the first 3D one. I think I owned them pretty much in order, even though I shouldn't have.
I wasn't allowed GTA 3.
I wasn't allowed GTA 1 through 3, but I got them somehow.
I've never got the first island. GTA 3. I never had a memory card.
I never got off the first island.
The first island.
I never got off the first island in GTA 3 until years later when I went back and played it after GTA 4, I think.
That was a great moment though. Like just doing all those missions and then finding out that
the bridge is no longer out.
The bridge is no longer out, and you feel like, oh my god, there's another island. Yes, and then it happened again.
But no,
you never looked in that map inside the case, did you?
I did, but I spent
It was a lie.
I spent a lot of the time trying to jump the bridge when it was broken, and dying a lot.
I think the problem for me, I mean, I'm a fan of Rockstar. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I mean, the problem for me with some of their games is they're extremely well written and very character focused and stuff.
Yeah.
Except some of the games where the central character, i.e., you, is not great.
Oh no.
And
I know which one you're particularly talking about.
do you?
Well, no, because one thing I was going to bring up is anyone going to say 4 as their favorite GTA?
I was going to say that. Vice City is my favorite.
Yeah.
But I'm most impressed with 4 mainly because of its New York and the scale of it and the idea behind it. But as I was going to say, Tommy Vercetti is
Ice Ace.
the best character I think in the GTA franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So having a character that you're invested in that I liked that was good. Really carried me through, and I finished that story so quickly. Like I plowed through that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the strength of Vice City, and also I'd say the strength of 5. Like the 3 central characters.
Yeah,
So
they were all
diverse and interesting. They're well written. They've got personalities.
Yeah.
You want to see what they want to do.
Yeah.
Whereas Nico and the guy from San Andreas and
CJ.
CJ and
Claude.
Claude. Yeah. They're all very, to me, uninteresting characters. I mean, there's not a lot going on for them, so they don't drive the story for me.
Yeah, that is definitely something that Vice City has over pretty much the rest of them. Like you said, is that Tommy Vercetti is a very well written and exciting character to be playing as. But the thing that draws me back to 3 was the fact that Claude was pretty much a blank slate.
Wrong.
No, the lotion.
It's a blank slate, so you kind of project yourself onto it. So you pretty much feel like that you're doing all these jobs for the mob, and
Fair enough.
Every time he says Claude, he's really saying Gary.
I find quite appealing.
Yeah, but I'm a very boring person, so I don't have much to project onto Claude.
Gary went out, bought those green khakis.
Yeah,
Put on that jacket.
Yeah, that gel spiked hair as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, game wise, I'd have to say Vice City, but the way it played and the setting 4 just blew me away.
Yeah,
never finished it because I didn't really like Nico or the story, but technically 4 I loved it. Lost in the Damned was fantastic.
I heard Lost in the
I
Damned.
never played Lost and Damned.
Never played Gay Tony, but Lost in the Damned was fantastic.
Yeah, I heard Gay Tony was actually really
So
good.
did I.
Yeah.
But I never actually got around to playing it.
Irvine.
I don't really have a favourite GTA.
Wrong.
Okay, it's True Crime Streets of LA.
Does that mean that you didn't like any of them, or that you just can't pick?
No, it's just like there's not. I don't know, it wasn't really my thing to be all. I never got the chance to play any of them during my prime. It was always.
As they
What are you talking about? Your prime is right now.
Yeah.
We are forgetting that Irv is about 5 years younger.
No, the only ones I ever really got to borrow. I got to borrow San Andreas for about a week. I got to borrow Vice City for about 2 weeks. I did enjoy Vice City and stuff.
Soundtrack.
4 as well. I did enjoy, even though it's when it's folk were like, "Oh, it's too realistic."
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
The daily life stuff did overtake it.
Really appealed to me.
Yeah.
But that's what I really enjoyed about
Go
it.
play dogs.
Yeah.
But the character didn't drive the story for me, so I never finished
the
it.
driving in 4 I didn't get.
It was very flowy, wasn't it?
It was really
felt heavy.
intense,
It felt heavy.
Was it heavy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it felt really, really heavy.
Going from the old ones where you could power slide around every corner to that. And
Oh no, you don't. Yeah, no,
It was
I really,
they made
I
it
really liked the driving.
hyper-realistic.
I really liked the
Yeah.
driving.
you
for it.
really had to get it down.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It was just really weird.
But of like all of sort of the clones I had to play at the time, I sort of enjoyed them more. Like you had Simpsons Hit and Run,
Crazy Taxi.
True
Jack
crime.
Renegade 2. But yeah, I think I actually like I do enjoy True Crime more than Grand Theft Auto. Just as for something that takes something.
I think the alarms have
different.
batteries because it should have definitely gone off.
Oh, okay. So it's a delayed reaction.
I'll
there.
hit the button and hold it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some of the clones that came out from GTA as well, like Saints Row.
Simpsons Hit and Run was the one I would not have jumped to.
Simpsons Hit and Run, but the Saints Row series.
Yeah.
Saints Row 2 was amazing.
Yep.
Saints Row 2 was really
Saints
good.
Row 3 and 4 are really
I
good.
didn't agree.
Do you not?
But the alarm is not really
Wrong.
pitting. So
Like
it's
a
fine.
get out of hell.
They're just very silly and self-aware.
They called
Yeah.
it the THQ lifeboat.
Yeah.
And no.
I did enjoy playing a lot of GTA 4 online though, just in the airplane hangars with rocket launchers.
Yeah,
It
it was so ridiculous.
quite brutal.
Me and Dave Taylor used to get on mopeds and drive around and try and avoid people as they would hunt us down.
Yeah.
My one is I haven't actually finished 5. I'm gonna get to. I've played part of it, but then I was moving at the time, so I never really got back into it.
Yeah.
I played loads of online.
Yeah. Online was a success.
Yeah.
Yeah, after the Rocky launch, that was that.
So that took a while for it.
Yeah.
to-
It is,
But once they got it down, that was a really like they've done a lot of good stuff. That I really look forward to see where that goes in either Red Dead or the next GTA.
well, they're still expanding on this
Exactly,
current one.
yeah.
I mean, with lots of interesting things. I mean,
Exactly.
keeping it fresher than Destiny. Just saying.
And then
It did Bungie.
so I'd probably say I'm trying to think which one because I put loads of time into Vice City, but it's between probably Vice City and San Andreas for me because
San Andreas?
I actually memorized the whole map for San Andreas.
And the soundtrack for that
I went
is
around it all the time.
amazing.
I memerized
Soundtrack for
the
San
entire
Andreas,
map.
but I'd still say Vice City holds it.
Yeah.
Mainly because of V-Rock.
B-Rock.
What Laszlo?
Laszlo.
But no, San Andreas. I memorized the whole map. Although one
I'm
thing,
going to take your first answer and go with Vice City because that's the correct answer.
do you know what smell when you look back on San Andreas? Do you not just remember it with like a grey and earthy filter? It never seems to have much color when you look back. That's not.
I just remember it being very orangey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's because it's based on LA, and LA is
Yeah.
not a
Yeah.
good looking
I remember
city.
being-
Oh, even though it's
Yeah.
like LA.
I remember it being very bland.
because they have LA, San Francisco, and Vegas, but Vegas is just it's like the Strip, and then the other two parts. There's not. San Francisco's quite small.
Well, that trilogy, 3, Vice City, and San Andreas are all based off of the maps from GTA 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the 3 places that you can visit: Liberty City, Vice City, and San Andreas.
And that's kind of what they've done with, because that's the thing with
They did it with 4, went back to Liberty City,
And,
and
yeah,
5,
5,
San Andreas,
San
I guess.
Andreas,
well, the first island. Well, it's pretty much San Andreas, but it's the first island of San Andreas they've based on.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've just kind of like realized those in a better way, or
Yeah.
a more fully realized sort of way.
Yeah.
Up to the 10 penny.
So the next one will be Miami, but it'll be like now, so it'll be terrible.
Yeah, do you think they'll go? Do you think they'll go Miami?
I
I don't know if it'll be now. It could be like another.
80s throwback.
Well, that's
Oh,
again.
it could even be 90s or.
yeah.
Well, that's one thing I thought they could do, because that San Andreas was 90s, wasn't it? That was
Yeah,
that
92
early.
Yeah.
to 94, I think.
But that's one thing
Like
I thought would be quite interesting if they did do like Miami sort of thing again, but they did it and it's like the 80s hangover where it never could leave the 80s, so it's really kind of like that horrible, like weird place. I think that could be quite interesting.
that. Excellent. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So will we move off of the Grand Theft Autos and
Yes.
we will discuss our personal favorites from the Rockstar lineup?
So we've got many to choose from.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot more than you think when you really look back.
And also as well, for this, we're sort of using it as like an umbrella term, so we're also like counting ones that were published. And
By
not just
Rockstar
like
as well,
developed. Yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
So, Irv, would you like to go first?
I
make
wonder
the
what
job
Irv's going to
even
pick.
easier.
What's the game directly behind Irvin?
Bully!
Billy was good.
You mean Canis
I do-
Canem Edit?
Canis Canem Edit.
Yeah.
The catchy name of Canis Canem Edit.
Yeah. And then they got the like Game of the Year edition. It was called Billy.
Yeah.
What I loved about that game,
Scholarship edition.
what I loved about that game was it was like, finally we have a GTA for kids that teaches them how to be terrible people. So it again got banned.
So GTA teaches you how to be a bad person when you're an adult.
Of course, we figured it out. It's the Da Vinci Code of Rockstar.
So Irv.
So I think, even though I do love Bully, I will I will go for Max Payne. So
Max Payne 1 or 2?
Or
3?
I would actually go for 3. 3 is my favorite.
So much lotion we're drowning.
I love 3.
The batteries are working again.
Yeah,
3's a good game.
3 is glorious, but I suppose we'll chat about 1. We'll respect the feels and the memories.
Yeah.
And
And the smile.
the smile and the crushed texture faces.
What are you talking about? People back then did have flat faces.
Still do.
But so I was blasting through that again, was it today, just for going down memory lane.
Yeah.
I got eventually to the part with like Ragnarok, because I've got a sticky stick on my analog stick, so I can't do the church bit where you like have to walk through. I've like died like 7 times, like, okay, I'm done. I almost got the American Dream done. But yeah, Max Payne's brilliant. Was it one of the first things to like win a BAFTA?
Yeah, it was.
It says so right on the
says
box.
on the box.
BAFTA Interactive Entertainment Awards winner 2001.
Wow.
One thing I find quite funny as well is the amount of people that in their creative essay in English, Gary will probably attest this, the amount of people that passed that using the Max Payne story our school
I did.
was insane. Really? A guy I worked with recently said he did the exact same thing to pass his creative writing.
Back in standard grades, like I wasn't very very good at English back in school. Like I was more maths and physics and all that kind of stuff. But for English, I just remember that I was playing Max Payne a lot at that point, and I basically ripped the story, completely ripped the story. And
Gary, I didn't know you used to be mad.
I got like a 1 for it. It's like, yes,
Gary Payne lost his wife.
Gary Payne.
As they had Ragnarok.
I just remember what was the line actually pretty much lifted. I think it's like
There's
it's like living the American dream, but dreams have a nasty habit of turning bad
but
when you're not looking.
Yeah, these guys must be all part of the same creative writing class because this still keeps coming up.
I really like this one line you put, lading with foreboding. What does that mean, Gary? The bad day.
Do you know what's really funny? You know how I said one of the guys at my work, like his friend did the same thing. One of his other friends got caught in so much trouble and failed.
I never.
Well, that's plagiarism, Gary.
Yeah, I just admitted to plagiarism.
It doesn't pay off.
Live on the air.
So it's good. Gary's got one Max Payne quote. Have you got a Max Payne quote?
No, because I never actually have ever played through a Max Payne game.
Ooh. Controversy. How about Mark? Have you got a Max Payne quote?
My name's Max.
Oh wait, no.
Wait, I forgot
I
about
got
one.
one. Are you gonna do the phone?
No, you do.
Payne residence.
Alex was dead. I could tell by the way his brains are splattered across the wall.
Oh, it's not a funny one, but I just like the one that's like, I don't know about angels, but it's fear that gives men wings.
Red Bull should use that.
But yeah, Max Payne was such a great game, fantastically done. Like I loved the whole kind of comic book kind of style to it as well.
Yeah.
The shitty photos.
Yeah.
And Scott Murray.
Yeah.
One of our friends, one of the people in it looks so much like one of our friends. He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
With his brain splattered across the wall.
Alex was dead. So much monologuing in that game, but
Yeah.
it was the whole thing with bullet time as well. Like
Yeah.
being first introduced to that. Like, was that was just a couple of years after Matrix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matrix was 99.
Yeah. So it was so seeing that in a video game, being able to do it and stuff like that. Like,
So that was like one of the junkies like passwords was John who? No, not John who, John Woo.
It's just a really interesting idea in the sort of noir cop sort of
Yeah.
drama.
It's the whole trilogy is fantastic.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's a really, really good story, and I like the way that 3.
I really want to play 3.
Yeah,
I was talking to someone the other day about 1
3
to
is-
play
3 is
3.
3's really
There's
good.
been
Like,
loads of rumors about them making a PS4 port of that.
they really should, because it's far away enough from the first 2, but still like tied to it as well.
Yeah.
Like so.
Because there's a lot of throwbacks to it and stuff.
There's a lot of throwbacks, but it's the stories progress so much further on, and like you're kind of not fighting for the same things. You're kind of fighting for.
Oh no, he's gone.
No, he's a gone man
Yeah.
at that point.
Come on, guys. You're talking about Max Payne 3, but you're forgetting the greatest entry in the series, the theatrical roller coaster starring Marky Mark.
See, when I first saw that, I didn't actually think it was that bad, but then
Was that bad?
then I went back and watched it. I was like, oh my god. Oh.
One thing I did like though in that was like the location shooting and stuff.
Don't defend it. Don't defend it.
Don't defend when you can offend.
Oh no! Also, that's another reason why this game wins. There's snow.
Oh, you
It's
love
snowy
your snow.
based.
You love your snow.
Snowy based.
It was the tutorial level, wasn't it?
Irv was
That little
proper keen on
alleyway,
snow.
and you have a button to like get enemies
Yeah.
to spawn, so you can practice your shooting.
And also, that was another thing as well. Like a lot of the things were interactive. Like you could
Yep.
open cabinets, and I was like, "Oh my god, I can open cupboards,
Get your painkillers.
doors." Yeah, and that was another thing as well. There was no med kits,
Yeah, it was painkillers.
just drugs, guns, and drugs.
Drugs.
It was great.
I was like,
Mind-
"Wow, this is so."
Mind-altering drugs as a crazy man flings himself down hallways
Yeah,
as time goes slowly.
Who says they make games that aren't accessible, that teach us how to be good people?
and also as well, that was another great thing. Is like also like how the narrative, the first-person narrative, also like drove all the things. Like a letter on the desk caught my eye.
And then
Pick it fucking up, players.
that was very good.
And also like the Captain Baseball Bat Boy.
Yeah,
and
they had,
Oh yeah.
they had the whole kind of stories in it, and like in 3 they had like a whole like kind of film, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Captain Baseball.
yeah, they had like a short animation series or something.
Yeah,
like that, yeah.
something like that. And there was like a movie and stuff like that, and like. Yeah, Rockstar are really good at adding in their kind of Easter eggs and like little in jokes
Yeah,
and everything like that.
it was good because it was developed by Remedy Entertainment, who got sued for like having a logo that was too close to like LucasArts or something. Like one of their new logos was like that sort of arc, but with the things on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, they're doing Quantum Break now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be very interesting to see as well. Because Sean Ashmore is attached to it and stuff as well now, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Or is it his brother? There's twins. They're twins,
Yeah.
and it's really hard to
Yeah.
keep track of them.
Yeah. So, Craig, what would be your...
Oh, no, you'll want to come back to me because I'm pondering about mine.
Okay.
Pondering.
I'm pondering about mine.
Switch into Mark.
That's my name.
Favorite outside GTA Rockstar game?
Outside GTA, so not including GTA.
Not including GTA.
Okay.
So,
Well, he is a massive Midnight Club fan.
Neil Retty
Tell.
will. Our friend Neil Retty will not like. If you get him on Midnight Club, he will go off on one because he loves that game. He tried to convince us all to get it on PS3.
Oh dear.
yeah.
Let's not forget the Manhunt series.
Oh, yeah, Manhunt.
I never played a Manhunt. Wasn't allowed.
No, it's pretty dark. I mean,
I never even got it.
it's difficult for me because I think I like Rockstar games, don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, but I'm not as passionate about it as you guys, I guess. It's difficult to say because I'd say the only Rockstar games I've actually completed would be Vice City, GTA 5, and Max Payne 3.
Yeah.
Never finished anything else.
Yeah.
But saying that, my favourite is probably Red Dead Redemption.
That is frequently voted the
Yeah.
best game of last generation.
Yeah.
Because I mean, again, it's
So
a
it should
game.
be.
It's a game I've never finished, not for lack of trying. I mean,
No, I'm the same. I love that game.
For-
I've not finished it.
couldn't say the reasons why. I think I've played it 3 times, a good 20 hours.
It's
each
always when you
time.
get to Mexico.
Yeah. I'll let... yeah.
I have played it a lot. I've never really taken it all the way. It's something. It's on my to-do list. I mean, it's a great game. It's definitely my favorite, just because the setting is on point. The character is fantastic.
Atmosphere.
Yeah.
It just nails everything to do with that setting, that idea.
It does the kind of Tarantino thing with when you're traveling, that's where all the dialogue is. Like,
Yeah.
there's long traveling sequences, but it just gives you that dialogue.
But just the whole frontier idea of it. It's just it's outstanding.
Very, very good.
And based on those rumors that I reported a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
fingers crossed, it will be going backwards compatible for the Xbox One.
Yeah.
So as soon as that happens,
Grabbing that.
I've got it.
He's
I mean,
burying the PS4.
And there's loads of talk as well about, well, it's pretty much all but confirmed that that's
Red
the
Dead
next
2.
game in
Yeah.
development.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's Red Dead 3. It's a
Oh,
sequel.
yeah.
Red Dead Redemption is a sequel to Red Dead Revolver.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be
which,
a Red Dead something.
Yeah. Well, there's been leaked names, but I can't remember what they are.
Yeah. I'm going to jump on the bandwagon with you because Red Dead is my favourite Rockstar game as well.
The actual bandwagon.
The actual
The
literal
stagecoach. Bandwagon.
literal
Not the cum wagon.
not the
You bunch of people belong on the cum wagon.
yeah.
Okay, What is a cum wagon?
Explain.
I'll draw it later on, and then I'll post it on our page.
Is it filled with cum? Is it propelled by cum?
It's made of cum.
That's so much worse.
Unstable. This is unstable.
Oh god.
I did get a very lurid image there. It's dripping.
What is that? Is that milk?
I love the fact we've switched.
Oh god.
So, moving back on to Red Dead.
How did you guys survive without me on this podcast?
Oh, we did so well.
Mark,
did
you just
so
had to
well.
push.
Don't poke the honey badger.
He'll go for your ghoulies.
I need to know its internal mechanic system. No, Mark.
Just let it be. But Red Dead is that's the one that everyone looks back on now and says,
Yeah.
Just
I only played 5 minutes of it, but I loved it. Yeah.
I'd probably say Vice City is my favorite Rockstar game, but since we're
Yeah.
separating, I'd say Red Dead. But it might be my favorite once I actually finish it.
Story in Red Dead is probably one of the best Rockstar have ever done in any games. Like, A is carried by the characters, and you feel for these characters. You have a strong connection to John Marston. You understand that he is trying to redeem himself and become a better man.
It was a good character study.
Yeah, very, very good character study, and the ending of that game is superb. Definitely one of those kind of shock and awe moments.
Why I want to play it, because I've heard so much about
I'm
it.
not going to say anything about it, but
don't.
apart from being
It's funny though,
it's
because
amazing.
that would have been the perfect sort of casket thing to go out for a Viking burial if it was crap.
Yeah.
You know, but like if there's no drive to play it, you know, all you're in is just a desert.
Yeah.
Walking and talking.
But yeah, like you said, the it has that Tarantino thing of giving you most of the story while you're traveling to places, which kind of broke up the journey because in the cars in GTA you can travel to any place quite almost instantaneously, but because you're just on horse or a horse and cart or later on
Or a cum wagon.
I was about to mention the cum.
What is that thing glistening in the sun? Is that a bird? Is that a plane? Oh my god! It's a ghost train.
A spooky ghost.
Spooky ghost. There's ectoplasm everywhere. All over the walls.
You got the first automobile as well that you could drive once you got to the big city. Stop it, Mark. Just keep going. Let's keep going.
Just keep chugging. Just keep chugging.
Yeah. And but yeah, no, landscape and all that was fantastic. Setting was great. I got such a shock when I got attacked by a bear. And you had to skin them alive. You had to
Alive?
I skinned it alive. You had to you could sort of break in horses as well. And it's just a fantastic game, and I'm really want to go back and play it.
Also, love is with the merchants. The merchants could give you things, and then you could just shoot them.
There's
You can hog tie people, leave them on a train track.
who's the guy that sell you all the miracle toxins and stuff like that? Wesley Dickinson.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's like the con artist guy, and you had to be in crowds and stuff for him.
Yeah, that was really good. I want to go back and play that again.
There's
it's good.
We also have a couple of funny stories from this because someone we know, even though our good friend Damon,
He did QA on that.
He completed the game well before it even came out. He was an alpha tester because his sister was she went through really it was 100 people were in the selection process, and she got to she was the receptionist at Rockstar for a while.
Yep.
She had a BAFTA on her desk. It's mental. And he did the alpha testing, and he said that it's a great game. It's the best game I ever played, except for the rattlesnakes. What do you mean? And he said there was a glitch in the game that made the rattlesnakes noise louder than the loudest explosion. And every time anyone came across a rattlesnake, they'd throw off their headphones because they all had to play with these headphones on their monitors. And he was just like, oh, you'd hear someone scream and throw their monitors down. And he's like, you're so tense because you're going through the desert and you're scared you're going to even come across a rattlesnake because they just make a noise if you run past them. And he was just like an explosion in the ear. So funny.
Yeah.
But he still said that's his favorite game
and now
ever.
he lives in America with rattlesnakes.
Yeah, he does. He literally throws them in a hole in his garden. He said that the other day when I was speaking to him.
Yeah. So now, Craig.
I'm surprised this one was omitted because this was quite a big one. This was the first. It was Oni. How did he know it was Oni?
Oni was Bungie. I know it was.
No, Oni was Bungie.
It was published by Rockstar.
But that's in our balloon.
Yeah, but it was.
It's a balloon.
Yeah, but that's a full-on Bungie game.
I did.
The alarm is confused.
Yeah.
I don't think it knows what it's doing. But no, this was a game in around 2006. It was actually a 360 exclusive for a while.
Noire.
No. 2006. It was, and it's not Noire. I never actually got into Noire. No, and it was the first one to use their Rockstar Active game engine, and was the one that was used in all their future stuff. It was very innovative. It only had a couple of modes. It was an amazing one. And
oh my God.
It was called Rockstar Presents Table Tennis.
I know what you're talking about.
I just remember the advert. It was clear as day. I was sat there on my couch, and then you just see this guy in slow-mo smack that ball across that table, and then another one is there, and he hits it back, and it's like, this is tournament mode, and there's also exhibition, and there's tournament mode. And I was like, oh, this is the game that I'm never going to buy. And I don't think anyone did. It's really funny. I looked up the review while I was sitting here. It's got like an average of 85%. So many games don't get 85%, let alone a table tennis game with 2 modes.
Resident Evil 6 never got 85%.
Are you going to buy that?
Did 5?
No, 5 got good reception. It was just...
Did it get 85%?
It might have. I don't know.
We've all been sleeping on Rockstar Presents Table Tennis.
Yeah.
So, Craig, barring this gigantic, amazing game, what's your second favorite?
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is,
Second favorite.
if this is at the
There
top
was a
of
sequel.
the tower,
Yeah.
maybe just above ground floor, there will be another game.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And that will probably be Red Dead as well.
Yeah.
That's why I was chipping in so much with yours, because Red Dead was I didn't like LA Noire at all.
I did.
A lot of people liked it.
Facial.
Something about that weird thing where everyone has
Capturing.
hyper-realistic faces, but they've got disembodied puppet bodies. It's just really bizarre.
They tried something new with the facial capture, and like the technology's gone on to do a lot for modern gaming. I mean, so that wasn't the selling point for me because what's up?
Oh, no. He was so ready to chime in, and he had to restrain himself.
Oh, and I've got some terrible reason why I hate LA Noire.
Oh, like the selling, like for me, wasn't that the facial recognition, because after playing it for about half an hour, you could tell what people, like, you just highlighted a response and their faces would go, or So it was well done,
Obvious,
but
yeah.
there wasn't much to the interrogation.
Yeah.
But again, the whole setting and characterization of it, I thought was gorgeous.
Yeah, but the issue I had was I played it with Jamie Suter, and the result was that the first thing where you have your first interview and you go in and you say, if an option doesn't work, you come out of the room, and he goes, get back in there and get results. And you go back in, and he goes, maybe it'll work this time. So he hits the same result. And then, you get back in there and you get me some results. And he's like, maybe this is part of the game. And it's supposed to fake you out twice. But it's like a third time, maybe it'll work. He gets kicked out, and he's like, he didn't see it as repeating a choice. He saw it as another step in one long story. So I was sitting there screaming. And you know what happened? He got past that choice. And then they said, what about this gun? And he picked this choice. Went out, get back in and get me results. It was half an hour of one interrogation that you had to pass. So it kept repeating it. And I remember thinking, I'm done. I never want to see this game again.
It's got a good story.
Never want to see it again. Also, the whole thing with that game was that if you did keep making terrible choices, which he did, and you just were the worst detective of all time, it still had to steer you to the ending. So you would just find like a match book in an alleyway, and it'd be like, oh, okay, I'll go in here, and it was a shootout that was important to the overall story. Like, it was just... No. Red Dead. Rockstar table tennis. The classics.
And I just saw what you were looking at there. That was actually... Is that...
Rockstar Games and Timbaland present Beaterator.
Oh, how did I miss that? That's a great...
Is that just below table tennis or on par with table tennis?
Well, if it's like the Eiffel Tower, and then on the top with the walkway that you can go and just look over Paris, that is Rockstar presents table tennis.
Yeah.
The industrial step ladder beneath that takes you down, that will be Beaterator.
The game is based on an Adobe Flash
The gift
music
shop is
mixing
Red Dead.
tool released on the internet in 2005 by Rockstar and contains original new loops and sounds produced by Timbaland for Beaterator. The game allows the user to produce their own loops. I can't say Beaterator with a straight face.
It'd be great, and then it's like when you really
Sounds like a
excel.
really, really dodgy porn.
Or it's like when you get to the.
My name is the Beaterator.
It's when you ascend to that level, you become Master Beaterator.
Master Beaterator rides in on a cum wagon.
Oh dear.
your ghosts, mister. How have
That
we
ain't
not
ghosts.
heard of this game?
I'll need to have a look at that.
That was probably the second in the Rockstar Presents trilogy. Rockstar Presents Table Tennis, Rockstar Presents Beaterator.
Not sure you want to talk a little bit about Bully.
Bully, see, this is the thing. I never finished Bully. I played quite a bit of Bully, but I really enjoyed the idea behind it because the kind of social stuff behind it was really quite tongue-in-cheek and funny because you were this like little shit at a private school.
I got really stressed when I missed classes.
Oh my god, I miss chemistry.
I just remember the girlfriend and you'd be like, I'm not interested in you. I have something that I know I want to put somewhere, but I don't know what it is.
I took her to the movies, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just remember everyone being
On
a
my
little
bike.
snot. Everyone was a little snot in that game.
Yeah.
That's one
She
thing
had the
I'm surprised.
nerds, she had the preps, she had the greasers.
Do you think we'll ever get like HD versions of all these? Like,
Well, there was an
Rockstar's-
HD version of Bully, but it's on Xbox 360.
Oh, come on. Oh, no one has that.
Yeah. But no, I'd like to see.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it being brought back.
One thing I really loved as well was like the seasonal gameplay. It's like, you got like Halloween and Christmas.
Yeah,
So you got snow.
It's not on the PSN store either, though, is it?
No,
Don't
it's
think so.
not. No,
And also the soundtrack was amazing.
it was very
Yeah.
good. Yeah, Rockstar are really, really good with their soundtracks.
I wonder if that was still when Craig Connor was there. Because
Yeah.
he's not there now.
No, did he leave before 5?
He
was
left
it?
before 5.
Yeah,
I
because
think
he
four
was
the last. He
four-
was on 4
he
because
was
my
on-
copy of 4 was autographed by him.
So was mine.
Because you two, I got that one from
Yeah.
you two. Yeah,
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you, Denise, who I worked with.
Thank you, Denise.
But no, he did 4, and then I think he left after that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the ones between that. Like Chinatown Wars, which is supposed to be really good.
Yeah.
That
Never
was
played
actually
it.
really good.
Never
I got
played
on the Game Boy.
Nice.
But no, I think have we covered all the significant ones that we wanted to cover? Beaterator, of course, we almost missed that. I can't believe
Almost.
that. How could we miss that nugget?
I mean, it's worth mentioning that all their games are good.
Yeah.
I mean, Warriors was good.
Yeah.
And the Manhunt games, even though they're...
Manhunt 2 was, if it had come out when it did, it probably wouldn't have been. It was delayed for years.
Yeah.
It just came
Yeah.
out on like PSP or something.
Yeah, wasn't it like really towards the tail end of the PS2?
Yeah, but it was
Like
really
we were already into the PS3,
PS3,
Xbox.
yeah.
Xbox.
Basically, it just came out because they needed to get it out.
Yeah.
and it had been delayed for years and years.
Yeah.
No, they've always they've always kind of gone outside their comfort zone to a degree. There was this long time where they were the company that just made the adult
Yeah.
sort of like really mature games.
They thrived on the controversy that was brought
Yeah.
up by those games.
Yeah.
And
Just sold more games.
yeah, it just sold more games.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things that were kind of brought up with GTA specifically, but yeah, like some shootings and things like that,
Yeah.
all kind of blamed on GTA.
But that's the thing. As time's gone
people
on,
always blame,
Yeah.
blame
Yeah.
it on games.
as time
games or
Yeah,
music
it's not the
or
fact.
There's always
films
something
Yeah,
to
there's
blame.
always
Yeah.
an
It's not the
escape
fact about, like, you know, kids having access to guns, high-powered
No, why would it be
guns.
that? It's the things they play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Connor,
as
get with the
time's
program.
as time's gone on, games
It's
have
not
kind
real
of fallen
issues, it's
in line.
virtual issues.
As time's gone on, GTA has kind of fallen. It's not considered that really like
Taboo thing anymore.
taboo
No.
thing anymore. Games have kind of not caught up with GTA. It's just kind of set an example of what
We've-
games can be.
yeah.
And it's too
Yeah, we've
mature.
all-
No, I'd say games have caught up is a good way of saying it. I mean,
Yeah.
like the market is saturated with games that like are just about killing, and there's no
With
Yeah.
Call of Duty stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Exactly.
The shooters,
We're all-
or
exactly.
the modern
There's no
warfare.
reasoning behind it. When you look
Yeah.
at GTA 5, it's such a character-driven story. Sure, like there's lots of drugs and sex
Yeah,
and
it's like an
murder and-
HBO drama, that sort of thing.
yeah, but there's all this stuff going on in it. But I mean, it's not the focus of the game. It's not the whole point. You're not there.
Sort of like a Hollywood approach.
Yeah. So I mean, but that's no different to GTA 3 or to an extent GTA 1.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just the fact
there was
that
a story to GTA 1.
Yeah.
It's all set in the character of the place.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's all supposed to be like a tongue-in-cheek version of LA.
Yeah.
So yeah, no.
But yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, we've grown up as gamers, and the industry's grown up. We've all become really desensitized to things that probably
Speak for yourself, Gary.
probably would have shocked
Gary,
us,
you know I
shocked us
used
back
to,
in the day.
You know, I used to apologize every time I shot someone. at
Yes,
GTA.
you did. I remember playing GTA 3 with you at one point, and you were driving along like one of the streets, and you just kept running over people. And you just kept going, sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, old lady.
The creepiest little smile on your face right now.
It's what used to happen because I used to always have to play GTA and my gran was always in the room, and that's just uncomfortable, so I'd always apologize whenever I hit someone.
Grand, I said I was sorry.
But the thing is, she was always like, this seems like quite a boring game. You just seem to drive around and run. And I was like, she gets it. She knows. She's seeing this game from fresh eyes.
But
Speaking about fresh eyes, I'm not going to mention by name because this might not be appropriate. But my friend lets his 4 or 5 year old play it, but only because he thinks it's a bus simulator. So he takes the buses and he just drives the buses around town. And apparently one time I think he's kind of developed a bit more. Now he finds it funny when he runs people over, but apparently the first time he ran somebody over, he was distraught.
jeez.
It was his Lion King.
They hadn't paid for their fare yet.
He'll never have a chance to now.
I remember I was over there once. He's like, "Daddy, can I play Bus Simulator?" And I was like, "What game's that?" Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no.
This, every
But it's
time.
also that thing though, killing is optional and also a lot of the time very accidental.
Definitely.
Did I not tell you about the time there was a famous situation where I've told you about this, where Damon was playing the game and he had a sniper rifle and he lifted it onto an old lady and rested it on her head, and I dived across the room and slapped the controller, and the crosshairs went up and shot, and he went, "Oh, thanks, Craig. What do you do that for?" She starts running away. He's like, "Now I'm going to have to chase her and shoot her." And he ran after her, and I was like holding the controller. Like, "No, you're not going to shoot that helpless old lady." You know what happened? Car veered out of nowhere and killed her. We were in an alley. It shouldn't have been there. My car just came out of nowhere and destroyed this old lady. And Damon was like,
meant to die, Craig.
Damon went, "God intended it." I was like, my goodness. Took a dark turn.
So many great accidental things happen in these games. So good.
Just think, Craig, that car hitting her might not have actually killed her straight away. She could have been in dire pain for hours.
I put one in to make sure she was done.
Oh, so you murdered her. You hypocrite.
I didn't.
You hypocrite.
I was too distraught.
You hypocrite.
That's a good point to end this one.
Yeah.
This retrospective on the games and even more so our lives. But
Don't forget to shoot your grandma.
who says these games don't
Before
turn
she
us-
gets on the bus, driven by a 5-year-old.
If you play games like this and you grow up playing them, you'll just turn out into well-adjusted people like us.
Come wagon.
So thank you very much for listening. You
Live, love, murder, play.
You can download the podcast on Bandcamp, consolemegaming.bandcamp.com. You can go onto YouTube and find us there, and you can also go onto iTunes podcast app and find us there as well.
I
can
assume
email
you've
us.
done one of these already.
We have timestamps.
We have timestamps, lots of timestamps.
You can email
luck,
us.
Good luck.
You can email us.
Godspeed, sad.
And we will send you a burned disc copy of this week's podcast. Mark's in charge of that. He'll send it out to you.
I will.
You could also get
Can,
it.
yeah.
Expect delivery 2030.
Your hair is amazing.
If great, you've got that sort of like fringe of like there's something about Mary.
Smile,
Did the
Mark.
cum wagon drive into my face?
And it's way with you.
I'm too tired to have noticed.
I like the fact that you're now incorporating cumwagon in your...
Vocabulary.
I'm going to be saying it way too much.
This podcast was a mess. It was an absolute cumwagon. It's when something is in a state. My God, my hair is an absolute state. It's just a cumwagon.
It was run over by the cum wagon.
So I take it things without me went a lot smoother than this.
Why am I still recording?
Fiddling with all these different syllables, but it just made isosceles. Better words to use. Go for it. Just give me a second.
I like that. Just Craig's is like, I got this.
All these different syllables just means isosceles. Isosceles.
Oh my God. Are you still using that?
Yeah.
But it words to use.
I love it. You like pass things with it.
Words to use.
Welcome back to the
Welcome back to the podcast. I really don't need to say welcome back to the podcast when the intro goes, welcome back to the podcast.
Well, you do, because
Kinda, yeah.
otherwise cutting that into you continuing to speak about
Yeah.
what we're doing won't work.
Welcome back on Show Me Game. I'm Mark Jeffrey.
It's like if I close my eyes, it's like Mark saying it.
Xbox.
Mark?
Give me my Xbox.
Mark Jeffrey?
Don't understand.
Of course you don't. Your own voice always sounds different when, to yourself.
I don't understand, Craig.
Good. We should just call it the Off the Rails podcast.
We are pretty off the rails.
We should have already started.
We should have. But we
I
haven't.
did start recording, so it's fine. I've got all that.
Are we ready?
Hi, Mark Jeffrey.
Herb always does this well ahead of time.
So he's always good.
He has an abundance of content. I was about to start right there. Okay.
Great
man.
intro, Irv.
Old man.
We've gone viral, literally. It's hellacious.
Old man voice, Craig.
It's unforgiving.
Okay, now that we have settled down, welcome. What, Mark? What? Before I start.
Hello. Let's go.
Is that what it was? Yeah. Okay, I thought you were interrupting me. Like a fanny.
Did I say anything?
No.
Exactly.
He flailed.
Just being chud.
Oh, I haven't heard that word in a while. Chud.
Chud. It's safe, isn't it? I'm fine saying chud.
Oh, yeah.
It just
Well,
means the person who lives underground.
This is
say
explicit as
Yeah, no,
you
you
can.
can be as
Man,
vulgar as you
I can
want.
say cumwagon.
But please don't.
Finally, I can use those creative swears. I mean, it's a child.
A child.
I was 5 and I was bored.
You came up with cum wagon? Oh, God.
When you were 5.
I'm joking. Of course, I wasn't 5. I was 6.
I was
Okay.
Just saw living and growing. I was like, of course.
I can't imagine a young Craig. I just see him, but small.
That's exactly what it is. Have you not seen?